How's it going, everyone? James Lynch here for OddsChecker US, taking a look at Saturday's UFC Vegas 41 main event featuring Paulo Costa taking on Marvin Vettori. Going to get off the screen here. If you haven't seen my preview of the main card, I have that on the channel here as well. This fight's going to be going down at the Apex in Las Vegas, smaller cage. And notice the start time on a little bit earlier here. The main card starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you set your clocks for that one. All right, let's get into the main event here. Paulo Costa, Marvin Vettori. Paulo Costa, 13-1 record compared to 17-4 for Marvin Vettori. Costa the underdog in this fight at plus 115. The slight favorite, Marvin Vettori, minus 140. 30 years old for Paulo Costa, 28 for Marvin Vettori. 6'1" to 6 feet tall, so Costa's going to be a little bit taller, but the reach advantage actually goes to the King's MMA product, Marvin Vettori, who's going to be the 74-inch reach. Interesting thing about both these fighters is that they both fought Israel Adesanya in their last fight and both lost. Costa getting finished in the second round. That was back in September of 2020. Prior to that, really nice winning streak. A lot of finishes, a lot of first-round finishes. Had, four first-round finishes, 5 first-round finishes, I should say, in his last 5 fights, and then fought Yoel Romero to a decision, but that was still a really big win for him, and that's what got him the title shot against Adesanya. And he hasn't fought since then. There's been a variety of reasons for that. There was some rumblings about some contract issues, so long layoff coming into this fight for Paulo Costa, but nonetheless still has some of the best power for the middleweight division. Now, Marvin Vettori, like I mentioned, lost Adesanya, but he lost by decision. Still clearly lost. It wasn't a close fight, but did go the distance with Adesanya as opposed to Paulo Costa. Prior to that, nice winning streak here. Kevin Holland, decision win there. Jack Hermanson, decision win. Submitted Carl Roberson. Defeated Andrew Sanchez and also defeated Cesar Ferrer as well. He actually, 2 of his losses in the UFC, or 2 of his 3 losses, are against Israel Adesanya. So you know that Vettori's fought some pretty solid opposition overall. This is a 50-50 fight, kind of like the odds indicate, but I do give a slight edge to Marvin Vettori for a couple of reasons. First off, they have the common opponent in Israel Adesanya, and Vettori looked a lot better in that fight than Paulo Costa did. I know you can't really go off MMA math, but in a fight this close, I think you almost have to. The other thing for Marvin Vettori is he's never been finished in his career. 17-4-1 record. He's never been knocked out, and that's typically how Paulo Costa wins his fights. Like even the Romero fight where he won the decision, that was a close fight that some people felt like could have gone the other way. So typically if Costa doesn't get you out early, like we've seen here, second round, first round, it usually doesn't, he's kind of putting himself in a tough spot with it going the distance. Now Vettori, again, never been finished, pretty well rounded everywhere. He's got some pretty good stand-up, much improved stand-up as well too, and a good ground game as well. So that's one thing where I think he sort of has the edge, is that I think he's a little bit more well-rounded, where Costa's mainly just a striker. We haven't really seen much of his ground game at all. Not that he needs to use it. He's been knocking out a lot of opponents, but I do wonder if that's going to be a factor in this fight as well. But I feel more comfortable picking Vettori. The other thing with Vettori is you look at Paulo Costa's last fight against Adesanya, right? September 2020. Since September 2020, Paulo Costa has fought 3 times, including this really big win over Jack Hermanson back in December of last year. So he's fought 3 times already. I like the level of activity. Again, 50-50 fight, but I do give the edge to Marvin Vettori. Now, the big question in this fight is, does Marvin Vettori finish this fight, or does he go the distance? I'm leaning more towards the distance. I think if he couldn't finish a Jack Hermanson, I don't think he'll finish a Paulo Costa. So I want to know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who are you favoring in this fight? Who do you think gets it done? Do you like the underdog Paulo Costa, or are you going with Marvin Vettori? Follow me on Twitter and on Instagram at Lynch on Sports, and make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel at OddsChecker US, where you'll find my breakdowns and my fighter interviews every single week. I'm James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy the fights this weekend.